All right. All right. So I'm just here live, guys. I'm going to see if this actually works. I'm here to answer your questions, but I want to make sure that, okay, good. So somehow I think I have the questions. Oh, good. Okay, great. You're here. Good. So we have some people coming on. I'm going to answer any questions about keto and intermittent fasting, guys. How you doing? Let's see. We have Kathy's here. Mark is here. Linda's here. Everyone's here. Awesome. Pam's here from Denver. Awesome. Steve is here. Hey guys. All right. So we already have like 540 people, 643 people. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and present them, and I will answer them. How about that? Let's see here. Okay, so someone says having gout issues. One of the best things to do for that, you need more potassium. Potassium will neutralize the acid because you just need to drop the pH a little bit. It's not a bad idea to take some calcium magnesium too, so that will help you. One of the questions that keeps coming up, I want to cover this. What's the best time to eat OMAD? If you guys are doing one meal a day, you know, like, should you do it in the morning? Should you do it in the evening? So I just want to cover that right now because it's kind of a common question. In reality, it doesn't matter, but there are some things that can actually, if you shift the time, it could help you a little bit. Okay, for example, there's two parts of the nervous system. You have the sympathetic nervous system, which is the flight or fight. I'm sorry, I'm giving you this big word here. And then you have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. Okay, so there's two parts of the nervous system. And so when you're eating food, you're stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system. Okay? And when you're stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, we want to align the time of day when you actually can support that system. In other words, it's not good to eat while you're stressed. It's not good to eat when you're exercising. It's not good to eat when you're more sympathetic dominant. And there's some interesting data because if you look at the adrenal circadian wave, like you spike at 8 o'clock in the morning with cortisol. So we have this huge spike. And if you actually eat in the morning, you're kind of eating with that huge adrenal spike. So you might be better if you're doing OMAD to eat later afternoon or even in the evening when you're kind of winding down. Believe it or not, if you go all the way until, let's say, dinner time or a little bit after, you might actually do better with your one meal a day. I find just from talking with a lot of people who are doing OMAD, if they do a lunch, they get really tired, you know? A lot of people are getting tired. I think partly because they still have insulin resistance, but what you should probably do is just try to eat a little bit later and see if that helps you. It sounds like a trivial thing, but it actually could actually help you. All right, so let's see here. I don't like met can is possible eat protein. I don't know what that question is. Dr. Berg, Dr. Berg, can literally anyone function well on a vegan diet? No, I personally can't. I tried it, I did not do well. I had a lot of digestive problems. So I think some people can do it, some people can't. There's a way to do it. You have to know what you're doing. It's not easy because it's hard to bring your carbs down with a vegan diet because everything is like carb heavy. The other thing is it's hard to keep a concentrated protein up, and also it's hard to get your B12, and there's a couple other nutrients that are hard to get, like vitamin A, for example. So, you know, you can do it, you just have to know what you're doing. All right, let's see here. What do you think about low lipase results? And does that affect doing keto program? My doctor says it's a good indicator of health. Our results was -5. Well, here's the thing. Lipase is a fat-soluble enzyme. So, I'm sorry, not fat-soluble. It's an enzyme that digests fat. So if your pancreas is not putting out that enzyme, yeah, that could be a factor. I don't think that's going to be the big problem of why someone's overweight, but it could be the inability to digest that fat, in which case your stool is going to float. You're not going to be able to pull out the fat-soluble vitamins as well, because in the gallbladder, you have this concentrated bile that's supposed to squeak out, and it's supposed to go in the small intestine, but it's only going to break down the fat to a certain level. The pancreas is also supposed to put out enzymes to work together with the bile to get full digestion of your fat. So that way you can pull the fat-soluble vitamins out, and then you can also get the benefit from the fats from like phospholipids for the cell wall, and there's a whole bunch of other benefits. So yeah, you need a good pancreas for that. All right, my stomach hurts like every time I eat. All right, so here's what you're missing. Your stomach is too alkaline. You need to acidify the stomach. Very simply, get some apple cider vinegar, put some lemon in it, like a teaspoon of lemon, tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in some water, drink that with every single meal and see what happens. That should actually help your stomach, because I think when you eat and your stomach's not acid enough, it's gonna hurt. All right, so let's see here. Can I get all my calories on an OMAD? Yes, you can, because the OMAD actually, if you can do it, it's one of the best things you can do. From the benefit of the longer fasting period, which I recommend doing a daily OMAD program versus trying to do this like 2 days in a week or every other day, because your body has to adapt. It has to be consistent. Because if let's say for example, you're doing this fast once a week, all you're doing is you're spiking insulin the whole week, and then you reduce insulin. It just doesn't make sense. So I highly recommend that you do it consistently, OMAD, each day. And yes, you can get all your calories, and your body goes into an interesting thing. It actually starts protecting the cells. It starts to regrow brain cells. It starts to increase certain proteins that protect the cells against oxidative damage. You start improving mitochondrial function. I mean, it's pretty bizarre. So we have this constant battle in our bodies and our cells of antioxidants and then oxidants, right? Your body makes oxidants to kill microbes, and also you are exposed to oxidants from things in the environment. But you get your antioxidants from the food, also your body makes them. So we have this constant battle. When you do that long of an intermittent fasting for like 23 hours, you create some serious improvement in your antioxidant levels, and your body goes into this survival protective mode. You would think it's counterintuitive that you're not eating, it's going to starve. No, it actually does very, very well. All right. Okay, so when do you eat carbs? Let's see, if eating carbs and protein are not the ideal choice. I'm sorry, you're going to have to clarify that. I don't know what that means. What causes premature birth, and how can you prevent it? Well, there's certain trace minerals that if you're deficient in, you can have problems with the premature birth. Also, if you're vitamin E deficient, you can also have a premature birth. So it's really a matter of getting all the nutrients in the whole form. And I'm not talking about getting a prenatal vitamin that's made with synthetic ingredients. You have to get it from food, you have to eat healthy, and have to have healthy fats too. Cod liver oil is very, very important, especially if you're pregnant. I'm gonna do a video on that as well. Do I have to eat healthy all the time in order to get my six-pack? Well, that would be the ideal scene, wouldn't it? All right, so could I do weight training while I'm fasting for 20 hours? Yeah. Let's talk about exercise and fasting. And I just wanted to kind of do a quick video here, guys, and then I have to do another video and then another video I have scheduled. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. But with exercise, if you can handle doing exercise on a 20-hour fast, and if you've adapted to fat burning and you can start building up your body like that, you can make some serious changes in your physique, in your muscle, and even your muscle density, because you're getting the benefit of growth hormone like way, way more than other people, because you're combining intermittent fasting with exercise, which are two powerful stimulus to growth hormone. So I like that idea, and I think if you have to work up to it, you need to have electrolytes, because if you're exercising and you're fasting and it's too quick, you can feel dizzy and disoriented and you can pass out. So I would do it, but just make sure you have electrolytes. That's the main thing. Okay? And also, I just wanted to mention about the summit, guys. So if you're coming to the summit in October, I want to meet you. We're gonna have a blast. If you want more information, go to ketohealthsummit.com, or even go on my website. You can just see the banner and click that. But we have 5 speakers. We're going to cover a lot of great stuff. We're going to cover the relationship between keto and cancer and how to avoid it. Also, we're going to talk about some in-depth science behind intermittent fasting, stuff that's not on any of my YouTube channel at all, and some other things related to how to deal with autoimmune conditions, inflammatory conditions. Because when you're doing your intermittent fasting and keto, very rarely do you have a person that just needs to do that. A lot of times you have to deal with other issues like digestive, stress, thyroid, prostate, constipation, all sorts of other issues. So in this summit, we're going to cover all of that stuff. So basically we can close down those applications in the desktop computer, reboot, and then speed up the metabolism, especially if you are stuck and want to speed things up. So it's going to be exciting. I hope you guys can make it. All right, so let's see. We have, let's see here. Okay. What do you put in your coffee? I basically use, I went to the farmer's market on Sunday, have this amazing grass-fed whole cream. So I use that in my coffee when I can find it, or else I'll do a grass-fed half and half or cream. I like to do more heavy cream because it's like 0 carbs on that. Okay. How do I lose weight while I'm on an antidepressant medication? That's a situation where here's some ideas for you and your doctor to look at, okay, because I'm not going to diagnose you. When you do intermittent fasting, your mood is going to increase. The need for medication will go down. Your ability to make proteins and amino acids, then to make more neurotransmitters like serotonin will improve. So I think when you do this and you take more B vitamins and potassium, you and your doctor can work together to slowly wean you off that medication, because I think that we need to get to the root. You need a solution that kind of corrects the deeper problem. All right, since we're on the topic of coffee, I drink Bulletproof. This is from Susan. I drink Bulletproof coffee. If MCT oil is not stored as fat, do I have to log it in my food log? Yes, because even though it may not stimulate insulin, it's still going to provide ketones that's going to cause your body to burn less of your own ketones from your own body fat. So even though you're taking MCT oil in ketosis, you may find that your weight loss isn't as great as when you're not doing these extra oils, and you can actually tap into your own fat, okay? All right, how do you get all my vitamins when you have Crohn's? Well, I tell you, when you do intermittent fasting, long fasts, 1 meal a day, you create some serious healing with inflammation in your gut. That's what I would recommend if I were you. I would also do a good wheatgrass juice powder to help heal the inside of your skin on the inside of the body. That's what I would do if I were you. Okay, can children use trace minerals? My trace minerals, absolutely. They don't need much though. Like a half a teaspoon a day would be fine. All right, hello from Wisconsin. Does apple cider vinegar cause breakout on the skin? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. All right, let's see. Dr. Berg, how can I gain weight in a healthy way? Yeah, well, you're gonna have to add more weights. When you do weight training, you're gonna have to add more calories in food in general, but I wouldn't suggest going up with your carbs. I would not suggest going up with your protein. I would go up with your fat. Is ginger okay? Absolutely. Let's see, can I lose weight on intermittent fasting when you are on birth control pill? You can, but birth control tends to keep weight on your hips and things like that. So you might want to try a different type of birth control pill. The copper IUD, I think, is better than birth control pill, so maybe you can look at that and make a decision on that. All right, so someone has hiccups. I will do a video on that, okay? I think I have some good solutions for you on that. Okay, guys. One last question. How can I get rid of blood clots in my feet and legs? Well, there's like pycnogenol is one of the best blood thinners to research. So, because I don't want to diagnose you, I'm just going to say it like this. Check, you and your doctor can do research about pycnogenol to see if that can actually thin your blood and help those blood clots. But I will say that also do research on healthy keto and intermittent fasting just to prevent clotting, because there's a lot of studies and data on clots and even how to keep your blood nice and thin so it's not too thick. Okay? All right, guys. This was a quick little session. Thank you so much for being on here. We're going to talk real soon, but thanks for your questions. There's quite a few. So have a great afternoon.